Hi everyone, I hope you're well. This is CoinsKid. Just going to dive into Bittorrent right now, BTT. We are breaking down. There's no avoiding that at the minute, but you are holding this critical level of support, which is the neckline of this head and shoulders pattern that we've got going on here. Did say to you, if you start to lose that, start to break down, especially lose this key level of support right here, you may see that sort of sell off and that sort of correction down there, which is a further 24% from this position right here down to that particular target, which is the head of from the neckline of the head and shoulders, which is a bearish pattern. It's basically a reversal pattern, because what it is, you've gone up, you made a high, you made another high, you're starting to roll over and make lower highs, so effectively you're rolling over and you're running out of steam, and then what happens is you start to break down and lose support. You're looking for another key level of support right there. So at the moment you've not actually lost that. You can see you start to wick down. Okay, you got the wick back up, buying you back up. So hopefully you can get a bounce off this support line, because you can see it's a really strong support line. You've got these 3 wicks here as well, so I would imagine if it did start to fall down, okay, you may see a little bit bounce there, and that basically is that little bounce that you get in there. So right now, if it does start to break down, do anticipate a short opportunity down to this particular level there, okay, so that's roughly, if it was to lose that particular neckline, come down and lose that neckline there, then you could be looking at a nice 20% short trade for BTT there. But if it does do that, I want to reassure you that I'm still relatively bullish on BTT, and some people have called me crazy and some people have called me mad, but it would just be coming down to that 55 EMA on the daily time frame there. Do you see that? And that would again be perfectly healthy. It's all healthy. All of this is healthy. This correction, this consolidation event, it's all healthy for continuation. You need it because you're getting overextended. You see, this is what I said to you when I first started making these videos, and people in the comments were saying I don't know what I'm talking about. I was saying don't get involved up here, because it's going to roll over and potentially you need to see it hold and test support, which it is doing, so it's good. So even if you bought up there and you're holding, congratulations, because in my opinion it's going to come down and it's going to bounce and it's going to go, but that is again not financial advice. But as you start to fall down and you lose this level of support, obviously you're going to start rolling and find other levels of support, and you can see where that level of support is. It's this 55, so potentially you could see it just sort of come down and retest this red line eventually and get that bounce off there, which would be absolutely golden, and in my opinion a fantastic opportunity to enter BTT if you're not actually involved in BTT. Okay, not financial advice, but that is a potential good entry point right there, because you can see in this entire uptrend in this bull market here, since it formed a bullish cross, the big buy and go to the signal, the big buy and go to the beach signal from CoinsKid, it's absolutely bolted. It's tested this red line twice there, 1 2, that's it, sorry, 3 times at the wick down test, 1 2 3 4, so it's had 5 daily tests of it, and that's it. It's never touched it ever since. See that? It's never touched it ever since, not come no way near it. So it's almost like it's begging for it. So that's why I always say wait for confirmation of support before you actually get involved on these overextended blow off tops. And that's basically it. That's basically, I mean, look at that. That's amazing. That's ridiculous. That just shows you how strong this is. That was 300%. So it's basically a 3x over 2 days for BTT. That's massive. So yeah, you could effectively say it is overextended, and it is rolling back, and it is looking for this key level of support of this 55. So far, confidence for the fact that it's falling through, it is looking for that. So yeah, that's basically BTT. Do keep an eye on that particular 4 hourly time frame there, that if it does start to close below this particular level here, which is at 0074302, if it does start to close below that, do anticipate that it could potentially lose this key level of support as well, start to close under that, and you'll see it sort of do something like that, then potentially it's on its way down to that basically. So what we'll do, drop that price prediction, price target in there as well. So that base level of support there is 0.0069681. okay, if you was to see it start to come down and do something like this and then lose that, you would be looking at that target there for BTT before it actually got the bounce, and that would be the 55 EMA on the daily time frame. And again, if it did do that, perfectly healthy. But failing that, if BTT did pick up here, then obviously you can be supported off this support line right here, which is what you've got going on. You're being supported off it. Do you see this? And if you did get the bounce here, then I would expect a bit of a march on, at least sort of need to take out that high there, because if you take out that high there, that invalidates this head and shoulders pattern, because you're breaking that high, which is validating this head and shoulders pattern. Okay, and that in itself, if it was to start bouncing now and marching on, that could be a nice little 28% upside there for BTT. But as you know, Bitcoin is not behaving, and it's sort of consolidating, going down, consolidating, going down, consolidating, going down, having a little creep up, and it's just not making any headway. So the market's very indecisive, and everything's looking to test support, basically, and that's how it works in these corrections. It comes back down, tests support, holds continuation. If not, it falls through and loses it for continuation in a downtrend. And that's basically BTT. That's a little update for you there. For example, if BTT did start to come down, okay, because right now you can see what it's doing. It's basically coming down on itself, and it's just entering a really long consolidation range, and it could actually effectively start forming something like this. If it did start to come down and it looked really bad, it's actually creating a very, very bullish continuation pattern. It's like a falling wedge type pattern. Do you see this? So it could start to get a little bit tighter like this, where it goes up, it's some resistance, falls back on support, looks bad, but all it's doing, it's forming a very bullish continuation pattern, looking for that retest support of the 55 before it gets that break and march onwards and upwards there for BTT. You can see that the volume's depleting, okay, and that's always indicative of a breakout as well. You can see this volume just here is tailing off. Do you see that? It's starting to tail off. You know, do keep an eye on that volume, because obviously with each break you see a large body of volume coming. Look at that volume there. That was that big pump up there, okay. So I think we were anticipating that at the time. It went up and then it got rejected on a previous level of resistance and then fell back down. So do anticipate that you could start forming this falling wedge, pushing you down through these lower levels and potentially coming down to test this 55 EMA on the daily time frame there for BTT. And it's not bad. It's actually a bullish continuation pattern, as outlined in many of the other videos there. You know, you start to come down just like this. It looks bad, oh no, but it's just testing support, holding support, continuation. It's just that it's got so far away from this yellow line, it's not tested it for so long, as outlined earlier in this video, that you could almost see it's sort of asking for that retest, isn't it? So yeah, that's BTT. Do stay strong, stay safe, and most importantly, stay tuned, okay? And good luck with your endeavours. Take care, everyone. Bye bye.